Hello, friends. Those back pages here. I hope you are well and your family is safe and well, and that you are dealing with this situation in the best possible way you can. Obviously, each and every one of us is going to react differently. As you can tell by the title of tonight's episode, religion, politics, and grading. And before I start, it is now 3 weeks without sports. Since it is Friday, it's 3 weeks without sports, and it feels like 3 months. But as for the subject of tonight's episode, religion, politics, and grading, all three of them have something in common. They're all hot topics, hot button topics, topics that, spark heated conversation. And at least the first two, probably not best to talk about on social media. And all three on social media are subjects that, for the most part, you're not going to be able to change someone else's mind. We are who we are, we believe what we believe, and we are hardly ever swayed from that opinion. So, we'll not be getting into that here on this channel. What I do want to get into is some stuff I got in, some thoughts I had on such stuff, and maybe some tips that you may or may not have considered. Now first, here's a card that I pulled many episodes ago when I opened the 2018 Optic Hanger value pack. Man, it gets confusing with all the different formats, but a value pack that had 3 blue velocities exclusive to the value pack since 2017. As you can see, it is quite nice looking and quite shiny. The reason I'm showing this is because in the mail recently, in the month of March, for the most part I picked this stuff up that I'm going to be showing off before the shit hit the fan. But anyway, so we'll set that aside for a second. In the mail I got this from 1992 Stadium Club. Gee, doesn't that look familiar from 1992? I would say that looks awfully familiar, wouldn't you? Shocking. Tongue-in-cheek, obviously. Something from 92 being extremely innovative for the time. Only copied and... not for nothing, they did do a good job on it. I mean, they do look nice and shiny. But they are far from original. But anyway, point being, after Kobe died, got me to thinking, maybe Shaqs are underappreciated in the hobby. And I've never owned this card before, so I figured I would pick it up And again, I am a third-party graded card fan. I know the ins and outs. I know how it goes. I am much more willing to pay for this 8. I'm much less concerned about the assigned grade, and I'm more concerned about getting an idea of what's coming in the mail. Where the seller of this card, his objective is to get as much money as possible. That's human nature. Third-party grading allows me to buy a card from that person and have some kind of idea what I'm getting. And actually have them send it to me, because these are all individually serial numbered themselves. So there's no switcheroo. When you buy a raw card on eBay, you hope the seller sends you pictured sends you the card that they actually pictured, and hopefully it comes in good shape, yada yada yada. So I highly recommend picking up a 92 Stadium Club Beam Team, Shaq and Jordan for sure. With the documentary coming out in 16 days, I think it's going to really explode. It's another Shaq rookie I never owned before. Was his 1992 Upper Deck actual rookie, where it says draft number 1 draft pick in gold. There is the trade card version, and then there's this version. This is a very tough grading card. For those of you into the super high grades, it's very tough because of the borderless, and I think, it's borderless, and it's pretty much a matte finish. It's not glossy, so it tends to show wear easily. Any defects are easily shown. It's not an easy card to attain in a 10, and if you are into the 10s, you're going to be prepared to pay for it through the wallet. So what I wound up doing is I did my homework on seeing what 8s were going for, and I wound up picking 3 up from one seller. Normally I wouldn't pick up 3 from one seller. 1 is enough. But these 3 were a little less than what 2 would have cost me from what they've been going for. And this was about a month ago, so they might have gone up since then. And another thing, reading the eBay seller's listing, he was sold quite a bit of different slabs, different grades. He had mentioned in the listing that he had sent these in himself, and he did not see why they were not 9s. He knew they were not gem mint, but he felt they were harshly graded, and looking at them in person obviously looks a lot better than the video. I agree with him. They're nice looking 8s. He actually had other 8s listed that didn't look as nice as this, and he did not claim in such listings that he couldn't figure out why. So he wasn't, tooting his own horn. He was standing by his opinion, and I feel he was right. I could see these in a 9. Not 10s, but I could see them in a 9. So that's Shaq. There's a couple others I'd like to own, like the Hoops draft pick. I don't think I own that one. I'll have to go back and look. I have not looked. It's funny, with all this time, you think I could go look, but you start watching shows on Netflix and such, and you get lost, you get sucked into the vortex, which is good. It helps pass the time because there are no sports going on. So the last card I wanted to show off is an interesting one, in my opinion. When you buy a box of product or a case of product, obviously you want to get the best hit. Now the card I'm about to show came out before, well, it came out in 93. So there were autographs, but they were not commonplace like they are now. Big Mojo hits, autographs, patch cards, jersey material, and whatnot. I'll show the card and then I'll talk a little bit more. It is from 1993 Donruss Hockey. It is the Elite Wayne Gretzky. These are numbered to 10,000 on the back. Much like the baseball. This was the first year they did them for hockey in 93. Donruss Hockey debuted in 93. You know, this one came out, I've shown that one before. That one came out the year after. It's not as nice as this one. It's nice, but I don't think it's as nice as the original because that's how companies roll. But anyway, I won this. I was the only bidder at $7.99. Now sit back and think about that for a second. The best possible card you can pull out of a product like that is $7.99. I did it the other day. I did a quick look. I don't think you can get boxes for under 25, somewhere around there. So it's pretty funny where the actual best card you can hope to pull out of a pack is $7.99. But look at that shine. That's fantastic. I won another one prior to this one actually for $12. I think so. But obviously I haven't been buying much. And now with eBay bucks out, maybe I can pick up some more stuff. You know, Patrick Waugh is in this set, Lemieux is in this set, but you know, inquiring about those, and the sellers want more than they want for Gretzky, and that just doesn't make any sense. I mean, you can't. It's the great one. I mean, I think we're in a time now where, you know, a lot of us are beginning to be more frugal as the virus marches on. More people lose their jobs. So it's okay to be frugal. It's okay to cut back or stop altogether. That's fine. So what I've tried to do is take a look, mid to early 90s stuff that maybe is a little underloved at the moment. See what's going on to keep yourself involved with the hobby. I think it's important. I think it's important to have hobbies. I don't think we can just quit cold turkey. I know some people can. I know I am not having that good of a time at doing that. I mean, as far as the show goes, you can see I've changed the bottom there of the screen to make it always learning, because you know, now it is April 3rd. I really aim for AC. I'd love to be wrong, but I just don't see it happening for a variety of reasons. I really hope I'm wrong, but you know, we've got Batman there, the grim realization that it's probably not going to happen. And then I just love this Tarkin. I pulled this out of my set the other day. This just reminds me of Bob Lewis. This is the kind of card that belongs in the Bob Lewis collection, but not that copy because that's from my set that I've owned for a long time. So I hope you are well. I hope you stay safe. I hope you're staying inside, enjoying YouTube, enjoying your friends, your family, enjoying a little introspection time, and whatnot, whatever, you're able to help yourself through this difficult time. Remember, it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to reach out to others if you need help in any degree. Take that meaning for what you will. So remember to be kind, and remember that you matter. And until next time.